Welcome back to another episode of Shall We Proceed? This is episode 10. I am super excited. Today I have a very special guest, a good friend of mine, Dr. Chris Tubbs. He will be discussing today his journey to Ironman, Texas. I am super excited to have him here because he is so incognito, so quiet, so hidden. I'm surprised he let me have him here without a black dot on his face, something like that. So before we go any further, Chris, please tell everyone about you really quickly. Say hello to the world.
Where should I be looking? Hello,
right
world.
there.
Hello, world. I'm Chris Tubbs, and don't broadcast myself, but Erlene's been a sister of mine for over a decade.
Yes.
So all she had to do was ask. I supported her from the beginning. I saw she was doing this and loved it and supported her. So her Patreon. So
thank you.
I'm happy to support my sisters and brothers any chance I get.
Thank you so much. It's funny because I've learned so much about you. Just in your bio, I'm like, what? Doctor? What do you mean, doctor?
Yeah.
Biochemistry? What? You've cured diseases? What are you talking about? I had no idea. That's a shame when you know someone, but you don't really know them. You've been working in medicine for how long now?
Out of school for about 17 years.
Jeez.
So, yeah, I finished formal training about 2002 and went right into pharmaceutical industry.
That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me. And you've been married for 22 years.
22 years. Yeah,
I know your son's 13.
He's 13.
He's adorable. He's so handsome.
That's my man.
He's so handsome. But I was like, you've been married 22 years? I didn't even know you married 22 years. It's so funny because I always call you like, MI6 or, I don't know what he does, which is just joking, but I really had no idea what you do because you're always gone.
Yeah.
Well, you say you're always gone.
I am. Usually gone.
Or you'll hit me up and you're like, oh, I'm on the plane. What are you talking about? What do you mean? Are you a jet? What's happening? Are you in the CIA? Don't tell me. I don't want to know. But it was funny because you have the other Instagram page now and you're doing the Journey to Ironman.
Yes.
And
that's my attempt to begin to open up.
Yeah, and I was so
share.
proud of you because you don't open up you don't share.
I don't.
And for you to have that very public thing you're trying to do, which is health conscious, because you have to get yourself, physically in shape, but also mentally in shape.
It's much bigger mentally than I anticipated.
So tell us really quickly, what is Ironman?
So Ironman is a triathlon, but it's an endurance triathlon, and it's one of the longer ones that's out there. It comprised of swimming, biking, and running. You swim for 2.4 miles, then you bike for 112 miles. And then you get off the bike and you run a marathon.
Wait. Stop.
Yeah.
Because I can't swim, so you lost me in swimming, clearly.
Yeah.
So you have to bike for 112 miles?
Yes.
That's ridiculous.
That's a long way.
And you have to then get off the bike and run?
Finish off with a marathon.
And this is all in one day?
Back to back.
So
yes.
You hate yourself, clearly. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But okay. So what made you say one day, hey, I want to try out I want to do Ironman.
I'm going to do Ironman.
Oh, yes, I'm going to do Ironman. Yes.
It was a commitment. It was one of those things where I was talking to somebody. I have a buddy of mine that's done them for years, and I told him I started doing the shorter triathlons. They call them sprints and Olympics.
Okay.
Sprint is really short, and then Olympic is the distance they do in the actual Olympics.
Right.
And then there are longer ones, Ironman, half Ironman, and then full Ironman. And he said, well, just do a full Ironman with me. I was like, man, that's fucking ludicrous.
Yes.
And he said, you can do it. You got a year. So he just asked me in April. And we talked about it a little bit. He started pushing my buttons. And I said, well, let me think about it.
Because you're competitive. So
I'm competitive,
yes.
yes.
It's like, well, I can't do this. So,
yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
He was really, he knew how to push me. He's competitive and he knew what to say. So I thought about it. And in reality, I thought it was ridiculous, but I had kind of fantasized about doing one in the past. Like, yeah, I think I should do that. But I never thought I could. And I guess that competitive thing pushed me over the edge. And I had actually had a dream maybe 4 or 5 weeks before talking to him that I had crossed the line on the Ironman. I saw myself running across the line. I did, yeah. But I didn't have I didn't tell anyone I was going to do it. I just I remember the dream. I told my wife, I had this dream. She was like, okay.
So, you're competitive.
Yeah.
It's not just a wellness of the body and getting your body in shape. It's getting your mind in shape.
Yeah,
So you woke up, someone had to push your buttons because you wanted to do it.
Well, yeah, I did. And then I realized it was ludicrous. And I said, well, shit, it's ludicrous. Do it.
Let's do it.
Just because it's ludicrous now.
So what's the training like for Ironman? So what do you just like, so you have to be organized and you have to have be disciplined in all of these things. Because I'm not. So
I wasn't either.
Yeah.
I wasn't either.
You're so much more disciplined. Stop it. No. So when you say that I'm going to do this, balls to the wall, we're going to do this.
Yeah.
So April of last year, because April of this year, April 2020 is when the race. The race.
Yes.
And it's going to be where?
The Woodlands.
Yes, because I need to be there.
You got to come. You got to come support me. I'm going to need that energy and that love.
I'm going to have like a cutout.
That's right.
So,
but you probably can go home, go to sleep, come back.
Absolutely. I'll hand water. Y'all want some water? Oh, yeah.
9-10 hours. Something.
I'll just log back in. So day one of I'm getting myself ready to start training for this. What do you do? What does that look like?
So I hired a coach. I actually had a coach. So if I rewind a little bit back at the beginning of the year, I decided I was going to take better care of myself.
Okay.
I took a picture over Christmas with my son, and I looked like an Oompa Loompa. And I just did not like the way I looked. I said, no more. I'm not going to go into I'm almost 50. So I'm not going into this next phase like that. Too much stuff in the background that can happen,
right.
The community.
And that's your field of work, so you already know about things that's happening.
Yeah,
so.
but my family,
Yeah,
we got
absolutely.
in the family, and I didn't want it. I wanted to be around and healthy with my son and my wife. So I decided to get in shape, and I had a goal of losing 40 pounds this year. So I was the heaviest I had ever been.
Okay.
And so I was trained. I said, I'll just do some triathlons, and at the end of the year, I'm going to have a big one. So I hired a trainer to learn how to do it the right way, learn how to, the exercise, not the exercise, but the training, daily training, a little bit about nutrition, learn how to eat. I didn't really know how to eat. I knew how to eat.
Yeah,
but I didn't
know how to eat. We know how to eat, right?
I didn't know how to, as my trainer says, you got to fuel the engine properly. So I had to learn how to do that. That's a whole other thing in itself. And then sleeping properly, mental health. When I was listening to your show on mental health, that is so important with regard to growth and being able to push yourself to grow physically too. They're tied together. So I hired a trainer, and he started me on that plan. And then I told him about my desire to do Ironman. He said, I can get you ready. So let's do it. And the next day, I have a plan. I'm in the gym or in the pool 6 days a week.
I look at your blog because I didn't know you had a blog until today. I'm like, what? There's a blog? What are you talking about? So I looked at you chronicling everything what's going on, and you've done one once a month so far, at least, right?
The posts?
Yeah, your posts.
Yeah, I generally do. Yeah, I don't have a regular
mostly
schedule.
June. There's more June than anything. I need some more Julys.
Yeah,
I need some more Julys.
I got something. I just did a race on Sunday, so I have to write it up.
And we're in August. Get to it. I'm going to hold you accountable. Looking, because I remember for myself, think about the mental health and just mental wellness and being better. I know my doctor used to tell me all the time, you're not sleeping enough.
Yeah.
And I remember, I think it was Jennifer Lopez, of all people, had said, I don't eat anymore for the satisfaction of eating. Like that kind of is for health. I need to fuel to be alive. I don't eat anymore to be overly full. I only eat now to be satisfied because I need to eat just to make sure I maintain the temple that I have. So when you had to go through that transition of mentally changing how you think and then physically, how did that translate into everything else in your life? Oh,
it changed. It affects everything. So learning to eat and sleeping went hand in hand. So just like you're describing, I used to eat, I realized I ate when I was thirsty. I mistook thirst for hunger.
Yeah.
And once I learned to just wait a little bit and drink some water, I didn't eat nearly as much, and the pounds started falling off. And I wasn't hungry. I just wasn't eating as much. And when I was bored, I would snack. Once you pay attention to that, that was a big thing for me. It's a big thing for me.
Yeah.
But then I started, it's kind of a positive feedback loop, right? So when you do it, you feel good. And then I would exercise, And initially I would exercise in the evenings, sometimes in the mornings, because I didn't like getting up. I'm a vampire by nature. I prefer to be out late.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
But I found that when I get up in the morning, I get up at 5 o'clock now. I'll go hit the pool or the bike or run.
Mm-hmm.
When I finish, it's 6:30. I feel so accomplished. It began to affect the rest of my day. I felt good going into the day. It was hard to knock me off my square because I felt so good.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice. So how has your family taken this transition of, like, initially saying, hey, I'm doing Ironman, like,
Yeah.
You're crazy.
They still say I'm crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I will support you, but you're crazy. So how do they handle it, and what has changed with them with your training? Because a lot of times when you make a change in your life, it kind of flows through your family. So how's that changed?
Yeah. So they're very supportive. My wife is very supportive. She's always encouraging me and giving me room, whatever room I need to work out. She cooks most of the meals, and
Nice.
so she'll change whatever cooking to try to accommodate what I'm trying to do with regard to health. It's still a battle of eating right and cooking right and finding the best things.
Do you have cheat days?
Yeah.
Is it as fun now that you've changed your eating habit now, cheating, like it used to be, though?
It is. I still eat things I enjoy, so I haven't just gone cold turkey on things. I'll just cut back.
Okay.
So I may eat potato chips, but I eat less of them, a lot less. Before I would eat the whole bag. Now I get a bowl and I put some in a bowl and I'll eat that. But I'll eat it earlier in the day because I know I can feel the difference in my body later in the evening. I feel bloated or it'll mess with me and I won't sleep as well. Then that affects my workout the next day.
So I know you're very private, introverted to an extent.
Very much.
Very much so.
Yeah.
And so taking on this new challenge in your life, how has it made you open up to other people?
It's been hard, but I want to do it because I think what I'm doing, the reason I started this blog, there's two reasons. One is I wanted to be able to look back at my journey after I get there and see what I went through and what I experienced while I was experiencing it. So I try to write when I'm really feeling something. But also to be an example for people someone who may have the secret desire to do something but doesn't really have the confidence. They think it's too big, too far off. It's really step by step. It's day by day. You can set the goal. And even if you don't get to the damn goal, look how much you've grown along the way. If you just take it day by day, you'll be impressed with yourself.
And, let's just, the obvious thing, Iron Man, which is not the Marvel Iron Man.
Yeah.
Let's just speak on the fact of you are a gentleman of color.
Yeah.
And correct me if I'm wrong, there's very few of you training for Iron Man.
That I've seen,
That
yes.
we've seen, especially in Texas.
Yeah.
So with that, do you get looked at like, what are you doing in training? What's going on? There must be a community of Ironman trainers.
There are.
And so you must be the only little one.
I've seen one other guy.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any women. But I don't know. So when people look at me crazy when I say Iron Man, I usually just take it as Iron Man. I don't apply the layer of color on there most of the time.
Right. But it's
that
interesting.
itself is kind of ridiculous. But I think you're absolutely right.
I think people tend to put people of color in certain sports areas.
Yes.
If you're Hispanic in Texas, you're playing soccer. That's what they care about, soccer and baseball.
Yeah.
Black is basketball and football. They don't,
and I get
track.
football. People look at me and say, "Oh, you're a good sized dude.
Yeah.
What'd you play? Football?"
Yeah. So it's track or football or basketball.
Yeah.
So they don't think of us doing cross country. Are you from Africa? It's like they do
Yeah.
this type of, and we do it ourselves.
We do it.
I mean, look what I said. Like, you train for Iron Man, what's wrong? Like those things.
Why wouldn't I?
Yeah. So I think it's an inspiration. So after Iron Man, when you complete it and you're done, what do you plan to do with the platform? Because you're building a platform. The blog is out there. The IG's out there. You're out there. You're doing your thing.
Yeah.
So you're influencing your family. Your son's looking up to you.
Yeah.
What do you plan to do with the platform that you've created? Because you can't just drop it. I'm not going to allow you to.
Yeah, I don't. So, I haven't given it that thought, to be honest.
What would you like to do with it?
That's hard to imagine. I don't know. If I would like it to serve as a source of inspiration and even a place where people who want to do it can talk and I can just share what I went through, because there's a lot of ups and downs. It's not a straight journey. There's a lot of ups and downs, and I'm learning a lot about myself and how I think and how I approach problems when things get difficult.
What has been the ugly that you learned about yourself?
I make excuses for everything. And I am
Really?
quick to make an excuse. Yes.
Really?
Yes. And it just happens. It's almost as if I'm not
Second
consciously
nature.
looking for it. It's just like my mind says, here, have some of these. Have some of these. I got it for you.
Yeah,
I got it.
here
I
you
know
go.
you don't want to get up. Your body says don't want to get up. I got you.
Yeah.
Here, have some of these.
Yeah.
And it's easy to do when you're on the road as much as I am.
Yes.
And it's hard to get good food. Airports it suck. The food sucks, and you get in late.
You can't bring your food with you,
Can't bring your
unfortunately.
food. So
Yeah.
that's another just level of discipline that I have to
Mhm.
have. But the excuses come incessantly. I just have to learn to watch them go by and remember that I need to do what I do.
So when did you realize that, wow, I make excuses? How do you check yourself besides the stop it? When did you realize, damn, I need to check myself? Or did someone else point it out to you?
No, nobody pointed it out because people will enable it. People that love you say, well, you're working hard. You can take a break.
Right.
No. Can't take a break.
Mm-hmm.
I realized it this spring when I wasn't making the progress. So with my trainer, I do some testing, some metabolic testing to look at growth, muscle development, metabolism changes and things.
Mm-hmm.
And we do individually run, swim, and bike. And I was running all the time, but I wasn't biking. I was always making excuses because it hurt my ass. The little hard-ass seats,
You gotta get the
they're horrible. So I didn't ever want to get on the bike.
Yeah, you made excuses.
But when I tested, he was like, you ain't done nothing. That's embarrassing. That is really embarrassing. And your pride is hurt.
Yeah,
I'm
but
still,
you can't. He's right.
He's right, yeah. But when I look back, I didn't do anything, not because there were things in the way other than me. Right?
So you were your own block.
I'm
Your
my own block.
So what has been the great thing you've noticed about yourself since you've been doing this?
That I do have it in me to push through. There are times when I really don't want to get the hell up. And I got lots of things I need to get done, but this is so important to me. I can prioritize this. And I just get up and do it. And when I do, rather than stay in the bed or not do it, I feel so much better. It affects, like I said before, it really affects my mind and my approach to life. So it kind of brightens the sun a little bit more.
Oh, that's nice.
It really does.
So you're more of a thinker. So the physical part is, you got it mentally. It was just getting your body there, and that part was hard.
Getting my body there is hard.
It is hard.
It is hard. It's not
yeah,
there.
I mean, it's only
Yeah.
August, but you've done so much, though.
I've dropped 30 pounds.
Nice. You're
since
almost to your
January.
goal. God.
Yeah, but he says I need more. So 30 pounds is not.
So
I'm
you
too
need
big to be a triathlete. If you look at triathletes, they're not as big as me.
Yeah, I've been looking
They're
at the
not
image
as
and I'm
big as me.
thinking, that ain't Chris.
Yeah.
That ain't Chris.
It's like you're carried to it. So there's a class, there's a grouping for, they call them Clydesdales, for men that are over a certain weight. And women are called Athenas. That's a nice name, but men are Clydesdale. So I'm a Clydesdale right now. And I gotta get under Clydesdale so I can be a normal person when I register for a race.
I don't take it as a negative. I've been called a Clydesdale before, but not because of no damn Ironman. But
Yeah.
neither here nor there. So what has the influence been on your son seeing you do this?
He's happy. He did one triathlon with me.
I saw the picture.
Yeah, he did
Did
one
he
with me.
finish the whole entire?
He finished the whole thing.
That's awesome.
And that was one of the proudest days because he really wanted to quit, but I got him to keep going. And I recognized in the moment it was a time where he could have quit and that carried that through his life into his adulthood, or he reached deeper and know that he has something deeper to finish what he needs to do, and he reached deeper. So now he remembers that. He brings that
It's
up
a great
years
memory.
later. I
Yeah.
think that's a great lesson for a young man.
So April 2020,
April 2020,
9 hours in the woodlands,
at least,
112 miles
on the bike.
on the bike.
Yeah.
that alone has just, how many miles did you have to run?
A marathon, 26.2.
Oh, wait.
26.2.
I was stuck on the 2 mile swim, 2.5 mile swim.
2.5 mile swim.
So you're swimming, which is using every part of your body.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you swimming in the woodland?
It's the lake by that Marriott or whatever. I don't know what they call it.
Ooh, okay.
I've never been in that water.
So it's
I don't
all
know.
in the elements.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, it's a lot.
It's
going
not
on.
open water like Galveston.
But still,
it's
a lot going on.
That is, yeah.
So you have 2.5 miles, 112 riding, and then you have to get off the bike,
Mm-hmm.
ass hurting and everything,
Ass, legs busted up.
arms from running.
Yeah, and then
I mean
a marathon.
swimming and then riding, and now you have to run 26 miles.
26 miles, yeah. It's hard to conceive, even to me.
Have you, in your training right now, have you done the swim, the bike, the run? Have you done that circuit
together?
yet?
Yes, I have.
How
And
many miles of each?
Generally, I'll do a mile swim, and then I'll ride up to 30 miles, and then I'll run 5K.
Okay,
so that's 3 miles.
Clearly, that's not
even close.
It's not even close.
No.
So I need you to do better.
I'm getting there. There's a method. There's a method to that. Yeah, there's a method to that. Yeah.
So how long has your trainer been training people? Is this? I mean,
he's been doing it for.
So who is he? Shout him out.
Third Coast Training. Johnny Shelby.
Give him some. Yeah.
He's trained some folks that have been on the podium. He trains triathletes and long distance runners and people all over the country.
Would you do it again?
He's trained some of the NASA, some of the astronauts.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder if Denise knows him. So, will you do it again?
I think so. I haven't done it first yet.
Okay.
But I think so. I when you do something like this, you have to. Once you accomplish it, I imagine. Well, yes, I'll have to do something else because, for example, when I got my Ph.D., that's a big thing. That was very hard.
Yes.
And I was the only one of us to get it in the history of North Carolina State in biochemistry. So I was the first, and as far as I know, the only so far.
Oh my gosh! I'm learning so much about you. This is amazing to me.
That was a really big deal. But,
yes.
Once you hit that level, you realize you have more in you, and you feel like we're here to grow, right? We always have to keep growing, and so you just try to find something else, and that's kind of a driver for me.
Let me ask you this: so you're almost 50. You look amazing, by the way.
Thank you.
Do you looking over this journey you're taking right now? Do you feel you could have taken this journey at 40, 30, 25, or this is the time it should have happened?
My 20s, no. 30s, probably not. Early 40s, yeah, I could have done it. It would have been more difficult because I wasn't as disciplined, and I didn't value time like I do now. So this having to make time to exercise forces me to prioritize and remove things that aren't important. And I've been doing that anyway, but it just concentrates that effort. Spending time with my family and people that matter to me, to talk about things that matter, is more important to me than bullshit.
Basically,
and there's a lot of folks that like to spend because it's entertaining. Bullshit is entertaining, but I don't find fulfillment.
It's a waste.
Yeah,
it's a waste.
There's some relaxation time in there, but that's not that relaxing to me. So I like to spend time with people that are trying to grow and do things like you. You're building this. This is beautiful.
Stop it. I told you, you're not going to turn this back on me. You tried it.
This is us. This is not just me. This is us.
I know. Yeah. No. And I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I truly, truly do. But I'm not going to allow you to question me today. It's not going to happen because I know what you're doing. You're not going to do it. You touched on it a little bit, but I want to know before we wrap everything up, what is your ultimate why? I know it was competitive spirit. I know it was, you're not going to tell me I can't do this shit because I'm Chris Tuck.
Yeah,
I got this.
Right.
Like,
do
you know who I am? Right.
That's really what, if you did it, I can do it.
Yeah, so that's your overall why.
No, that's not my overall why is just to push myself
to
things that I didn't think I could do to grow. I see other people out there that do things that I find amazing, and they just keep doing it.
You're making excuses. You're procrastinating.
Yeah, and the reason I don't do it is I don't making excuses, right? I can do it. If I want to, I make the sacrifices to get what I want. And grow.
I have to agree with that. We talked about that earlier. I realized with me, I have to put it out there. Like, oh, hell, I'm held accountable, so I have to do it.
Yes.
I need accountability partners.
Yes.
I need someone to tell me, have you done it? Is it happening? I have to put it out in the universe.
Why not?
And then when you ask me, I have to answer to something. Then it's like I have no choice but to do it.
On track.
I have to. I know myself.
Yeah.
That's from me being an athlete in school. I had to go to practice every day. I had to.
Yeah.
When I got older, and I didn't
exactly.
have to.
Right.
What?
I'll do it later.
Yeah. And with me, with exercise, just wellness and just getting healthy, I went through a phase where I lost a lot of weight, got healthy because I couldn't sleep. I need to rest. I was getting up. I wake up now 3:30 in the morning, and
on purpose.
On purpose. It's just my body wakes up.
Okay.
I can't lay there that long.
Yeah.
If I go back to sleep, I'm out. But I'm up, so I go to the gym, and then the first little early you find, I was like, excuse, let me go ahead and eat that steak again. Let me just, and everything falls off. So I know I need to be held accountable. I know for me, and I think that goes into what you were saying, being held accountable, making those excuses.
Yep.
I have that competitive spirit. I can do this.
Yeah.
What do you mean I can't? I'm not doing I'm not doing an Ironman.
It doesn't. You don't have to.
No.
But if you have something that you feel is a stretch,
I will support.
You know, right?
I will
support me. Yeah.
I will
Support. This is my
I will
effort,
support.
right?
Yeah. It's an amazing effort. And I'm really, really proud of you. I'm glad
Thank
I got
you.
you here to
Thank you.
open up a little bit.
Yeah.
But I don't even know how you do all this with all the traveling that you do.
I do it on the road.
Like I had to make you put this in ink today.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Weeks ago, no.
Months ago.
It was
at least a month and a half
ago. It was
ago.
about a month ago. I said, hey,
Or
you're going to be on the show. Sure.
Yeah.
I said, no.
Put it down.
Write it down in ink.
Yep. Give me a date.
Because you just got back in town yesterday.
Last night.
Yeah. See, I was like, no, you're not. I will find you. You're not going to. No.
Yeah.
So with the hard to eat food on the road, all the travel, you just make time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For what's important.
And does your trainer give you like a checklist to work off of, that type of thing?
He gives me a schedule for what needs to be done on a particular day. Mm-hmm. So typically run days are by themselves and then swim and bike are together on a day. Mm-hmm. I can do them back to back or I can do them separately, but he'll give me the length of time I need to do. And if I need to change it up, do some high intensity, low intensity, that'll be on the calendar. So I just follow the program. So right now the thing is building my endurance base because it's really an endurance race. You don't go fast for 9 hours. You endure for 9 hours. So you have to train your body and your joints and your ligaments to be able to do that. That's a lot of wear on your body.
Goal just to finish?
This one is to complete it, yes.
Just to complete it?
Yes, that is my goal.
So either first or last, I want to complete this.
I'm going to complete it, yes.
Okay.
I have no illusions of being first.
I mean, you may be, though.
No, I have no illusions. I've done other short races. I know how strong other competitors are and where I am in that mix of.
Is that a mental type of thing too when you're seeing everyone pass you by and do their thing?
Yes. I like I said, I just had a race on Sunday in New Braunfels, and as some people passed me, I got angry. I hate it when somebody.
I need you to work on that. I need you to work on anger management. I need you to work on that's your next goal.
But my challenge there was to stay on plan. Not to run their race, but run my race.
That's a big thing I've noticed with in running track over the years. Not anymore, people. No, but I would notice when we had races, people trying to, you're killing yourself trying to catch the other person. You run your race because you try to run theirs, you're gonna exhaust yourself.
Yeah, they can wear you out on
purpose. They will wear you out, we've seen it happen. I've watched marathons like they're doing that on purpose. Yeah. They're about to pass you up. You're going to.
This is gonna make you.
Quit. Yeah. So, what would you like everyone to take away from your particular story, the limited story you gave me of who you are? What will be your takeaway you want everyone to gain from your journey to Ironman Texas?
Dream big, believe in yourself, and share because people love you and they want to support you. They want you to do.
I'm so glad you said it. Yes.
That's what I'm learning by opening up. So opening up is vulnerability, and I was afraid of that.
Yeah.
Because people can hurt you when you're vulnerable, but I'm finding that people are pouring love on me, and it's wonderful. So open
I'm still
up
learning
and share.
that lesson myself, though.
It's still a tough lesson. We have experiences in life, that we carry with us. They're anchors.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to say thank you, Chris, for coming.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for inviting me.
Oh, you're going to come again. You have no idea.
I'll come.
You're coming definitely April 2020 when you finish.
Yeah.
I don't care if you're exhausted and your body hurts. You have to come back.
Broke down.
So if you want to follow his journey, there's a blog called journeyto140.com. He has his stuff on there, which is, I'm telling you, I'm surprised. Anyone who knows Chris who's watching, like what? He has a blog. His Instagram is Journey to Ironman Texas, and he's chronicling his training on there.
Yeah, what I'm going through to get there.
And it's interesting, and I'm really, really proud of you. And I will be there April.
Yeah. Good.
I'll try to be there the whole entire time. I'm
just be there at the end.
Yes,
or maybe some along the way too, because I might need some energy.
I'm going to make sure that everyone knows, and we're going to have people are going to be set up at checkpoints. I'm telling you, we're going to have all my sign out there at checkpoints. Like, y'all, where y'all at? We got to cheer him on because that's really the biggest thing when you have support, that encourravent.
It makes a big difference.
It pushes you to because now they're watching you, and you don't want them to see you fail.
No,
even though you'll pick you back up, but you want people to see you work really hard. So we'll definitely do that. So Journey to Ironman Texas on Instagram.
Yep.
Blog is journey to140.com.
Yes.
Mr. Christopher Tubb.
Leave your comments if you read something.
Yes.
You find something interesting. I'm happy to
Yes.
to respond or have a conversation with anybody.
And hopefully he'll take this platform to a bigger stage when he's done as a mentoring thing and train other people to do this.
Maybe, yeah.
It's
I'm
not
open to that.
because it's not just Ironman. It's a whole mental.
It's a whole
mental-
complete person thing.
It's a whole complete person thing. You're a
Yeah.
different person from beginning to end.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, so this is a great accomplishment. I'm really, really proud of you. I really, really am.
Thank you.
That is it for us today. I thank you all for tuning in. Clinton, Tabitha, Andre, Michael, Debbie, Misha, thank you so much for tuning in. Please share the podcast. Share with your friends and family, people that you love and people that you hate. There's so much you can get from this, and it's not just about Journey to Ironman. It's a journey of self-discovery.
Yeah.
And I think that is absolutely amazing. And it gives me more encouragement to do more in my life. And I really thank you for that. So please share the podcast. Follow it on Apple, Google, Spotify. You know, the links are in the description. And
Like it,
share it. Absolutely. And I'll play it again. And I'll be back next week for episode number 11. I want to say thank you for making number 10
Yeah.
amazing for me. I had to have
Good.
you on, 10. But I'll be back next week with Rachel D. Garrison to talk about her journey into being a life coach and into womanhood and all those lovely things. August is about your personal journey, personal accomplishment, and that's what we're going to talk about all this month. So see you next week, same time, same place. It's been awesome, and I will talk to all of you later. Mwah.
Awesome.